Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent, along with my co-host Alisha, and some new co-hosts today. This is well, I shouldn't say new. They're part of the TNI-UK team, and as you can see, it's daylight behind me, so it means it's early enough for them. And J-Bone's busy, and Bill's in Florida. Kyle is still lost somewhere at sea.
Doing Kyle stuff.
Yeah, we're doing Kyle stuff. Mark's on vacation. Scumbagging somewhere for sure. So we figured these guys are awake. Let's just have them join the review today. So it works out. So Steve and Bison are here. Gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Hey,
guys.
First time doing a review with us, huh? Like, this is pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's good.
Except for the
it's
time
nice
Bison. Except for the time, Bison, you were in New York and basically scaring Kyle with your kindness. Your first meeting Kyle had with you, he said he's like way too nice. I was like, can I trust that? People aren't that nice. I'm like, you jaded son of a bitch. How fucking jaded have you become that this guy's trying to be nice to you? And you're like, I don't know, man. Nobody's that nice. I'm like, all right, dude, just need to just trust him for a minute. I think he's genuinely being nice to you. But you did join us on that show. I remember you were in the hotel in New York.
Fun. That was a lot of fun, actually. And it was the very first time. And I was unsure what was going on. And we were in the show, and Carl was like, you got to come on the show, man. You got to come on the show. It'd be great. So I was like, okay, well, I've got nothing else to do.
Say it in Kyle voice. How about that?
No, I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
Yeah, hey man, you gotta come on the show. Fuck Tread, by the way, huh? But come on the show, yeah. I missed that little bastard. He thought I'd come on the fucking show once in a while. But anyway, well, enough about you, Bison. Let's introduce Steve. He's the newest guy of the channel. He's the newest member of TNI-UK. People might not be familiar with Steve as much as they are with you, Bison. Steve, introduce yourself to these people real quick. Let them know who you are.
Well, I've been a fan of Impact for I think about 15 years now. Started watching in 2008, and
nice.
fan of you guys. So reached out to you guys, and then just sort of started joining with Team UK with Bison and Joe.
Yeah, it's awesome. Joe is not here. Joe had some connectivity problems and stuff. So Joe, he might be in the chat. I think he might be hanging on the chat. So we'll see.
Let's have a look, see if he's around.
He might be popping in here. But anyway, welcome to everybody in the chat. Hardcore Justice 2021. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to go through it pretty quick, even though our show, it's not rained out or anything. But we're still going to go ahead and review this pretty fast. It's a lot of wrestling on today, so we figured you guys just watch the show. We'll talk about it, and then we'll let you get on with your day. I am. Just before anybody says anything, Alisha, I am wearing my Sue Young t-shirt again because I had to.
Crazy Steve.
There you go. It's painted faces here. What are you guys wearing today? What about you two UK boys? What are you wearing today?
I went classic today. I went classic, and I've gone Legion of Doom.
Oh, okay. Not related to Impact at all. If you can zip your coat right back up, please. Thank you very much.
You're right. I went classic. I went classic today.
Bison, you're wearing a coat indoors. Are you in an igloo? What's going on here? What, did you not pay the bill? What happened here?
I've headed out to the man cave, and but
it's literally a cave. You don't have heating in this cave.
Literally, well, I do have some heat in there now, but I've only just come out, so it just started. So it's starting to warm up. When it warms up, I'll get the Legion out.
All right, fair enough. Steve, I hope you have an Impact t-shirt on. If not, we're gonna have to have you put a jacket over this.
Sorry, I don't. I have a local band near me called Nerve Wrecker on.
I'm gonna let that pass. Nice. All right. So anybody. So no issues. There were still a couple of people tweeting me that they were having issues with Impact Plus. Mine was perfect. It even had the countdown on.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was like
mine too.
I feel like it was even in higher definition today. I don't know if I was imagining that, but it felt real nice. But they had the countdown going earlier, which I thought was cool. So,
what was really weird over here was Trent. What was really weird over here was that it kind of counted down, and then as soon as it kicked in, it popped up connectivity problem. So then all I did was I just rebooted it, and it went straight in. So
there you go.
Same here.
That was it.
I had the connectivity issues, but once we restarted, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, D back in the chat saying they never had issues. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's person to person. I don't know what causes it. There's no pattern, but it was good for me today. Look good, no glitches, so I'm happy. But cool. Anything noteworthy? I mean, we've kind of covered a lot Thursday. We were just live like 2 days ago, so like I don't know how much more has happened, but we can just jump right in. Let's just start blazing through this thing.
Rock and roll.
Let's do it. All right. So we opened up today. It was the mystery partners tag match, but we did a couple of the partners were revealed already. So Ace Austin with Fulton. TJP and Fala was revealed yesterday, I believe, on social media, which is great because I love these two together. Fala in general on my TV, awesome. But Josh Alexander brought his partner today, and it was Petey Williams.
I had a feeling it was going to be.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you?
I had no idea. I kind of forgot.
I don't know, man. I just kind of had to look at the roster, and I was like, well, where would it make sense? And they have the Canadian connection, so it just kind of sprung to mind, and I was right.
Yeah, I mean, I love Petey Williams. He's an OG. I swear, I posted a photo earlier, and I was literally, here's the mug. Here's what I had right here. I sat down to start the show with a coffee, and I had a Tim Hortons mug, if you can see that. And I was drinking a maple coffee, and all of a sudden that Canadian like national anthem starts. So I'm like, whoa, this is trippy. I'm like, holy shit. Like
Cosmic.
It was cosmic. It was pretty cool. But yeah, Petey Williams, I mean, he looks great though, by the way. He looked jacked.
Phenomenal.
He did last time he came back, yeah.
Every time.
Did. Every time. Like he definitely trains in the when he's off TV or whatever he's doing. I don't know if he's he's not working indies really much. I don't know if he's training. I don't know what he's doing, but he looks great. So
I just hope he's back like consistently now, because last time he came back, I think he just came back for a couple of matches. So I just hope he is back this time.
I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like he's an agent and then does little special appearances. But I would like him back in the X division.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad, right?
Because I mean, if he is back, we've got half of Team Canada right there.
Yeah.
True. That is very true.
Ooh.
But I don't want to see Josh back in like a tag team though. You know what I mean? Like he just got out of a tag team.
Yeah,
like,
I
want to see. I want to see him do the solo thing. So
although they were saying in that match, I think we were talking about it last week, that the tag team division's very light. You've got 3 very good tag teams in that match.
Yeah, the tag team division. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, can we just get like an actual run out of Fala and TJ?
Yeah, I think that would be great. I think that'd be cool.
I think after Rebellion, they're going to be moved out. TJ's going to be moved out of the X division, and they're going to be moved into the tag.
That could happen. What were you going to say, Alisha?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, this was one of those matches where I had a hard time anticipating who was actually going to win it. They all brought it to the table. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was definitely it was action packed. I mean, I believe you even had a Canadian destroyer, which was great, right? So
and
the only one,
almost second attempted one.
That's right. On
tried it on Fala.
He was doing it on Fala. Was he doing it on Fala? Because I know Fulton broke it up.
You went on Fala.
I'm glad we got to see it. That's the best part. It was great. So who
thought Fulton's gear was pretty cool?
Yes, good call out. I liked it.
It matches Ace's.
It does.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, he looked great.
Because in Ace's gear were certain shades. I couldn't tell if it was blue or a certain shade of purple. It might not have just translated right on TV, but it was matching.
I got it right now trying to see it. Nice. Oh, it's totally matching. I'm looking at it right now on the replay, which, by the way, the replay is up for anybody who missed it. Yeah, you're right. It totally is matching pretty close to Ace. It's got like Ace has purple and blue, and then Fulton's was more predominantly blue with purple. So it's kind of like the opposite effect, but it looked good. The gear is a good look for him. I like that.
Yeah,
it's just more credibility for Colt. I think he looks more solid with that like actual like fresh gear on. So
right.
That was good stuff. Josh did tap. Who did he put in the ankle lock? Now, interesting that Josh using the ankle lock too, by the way, it's just interesting that he's doing that a lot, because there's always been that tease of like him wanting to get with Angle, obviously, but he put who did he finish off? Fala, that's right. Yeah, I bet right. He put it on Fala and Fala tapped out. So Josh and Petey do win this one. Good to see Petey back again. And again, this is a good push for Josh. Josh has to be next X Division champion, right? Am I crazy? Like, he's got to be the next. He has to go.
He has, but Ace hasn't had it for long, has he? So I think they're going to have a bit of a feud over it until until Ace has had it for a little while.
Yeah. Ace. So what? Ace has what? He's about a month in with that, right? When did he win that last?
I believe so.
Roughly a month-ish, right? Maybe a little more. I mean, you could stretch it out, but that's the thing about Ace. Like, even if he loses it, he still got the trophy. He's got a lot going on for him right now, so I don't think it would hurt him to lose it.
Can you see Josh pinning Ace and then Ace cashing in the trophy and winning it straight back?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it'd be something like that where he does that, right? Like where he loses it and right away gets it back, and then it just furthers him being an asshole or something like that.
Yeah. He's got the insurance policy, hasn't he? He's carried it around.
Basically. So that's cool. We'll see where that ends up, but no, good way to start it off. Matches like that are awesome to start shows like this off. It just sets the tone, the energy. I dug it.
Yeah.
I believe right away from there. Did we go backstage after that? Like, it was no, I don't think so. Wait, hang on. No, we went right to that. We got the rundown from D'Lo and Stryker, and then we went to the Charlie legal match, Shira and Hernandez, which was the most random match on this whole card. Am I crazy?
was just thinking that as it was playing on the replay.
I was like,
it was a good match, though. I think
it was good.
Did a great job. So
yeah, it was actually better than I thought it would be. Like with Shira and everything. Shira wins after Rohit comes in and that takes out Hernandez. So they're back now, I guess. I don't know. This is the most up and down like relationship I've seen in wrestling in a long time. Like, everybody knows my feelings on this, obviously, but I don't know. I just feel like it's so up and down. I don't know where this is even going. Go ahead, Alisha.
I didn't anticipate it. That's for sure.
That's for sure. I'll say that. Nobody saw that coming after what's been going on with these two. But how did I miss? I might have missed it. Did Shira kind of look like confused why Rohit was helping him? Did he give that look like, what are you doing here? Okay.
Yeah. And I thought he was going to walk off on his own to start with.
And he did walk out on his own for sure. I don't know. Hernandez also looked great too. Friend of the show, Hernandez. If you missed our interview with him, he was great. And cool, I wish we could have released the stuff off camera that we talked to him about, like maybe on a Patreon or something. We could do that. That's the heat. I don't know. Again, I just feel like, I don't know, Bison, you wanted to give your thoughts on this. Let's start with you. Where do we go with this one? And everybody in the chat too. Let me hear your thoughts on this too.
I think this is a strange one because, like you said, they've already broken up. So, like literally a couple of weeks ago, and now all of a sudden they're throwing them back together again. And it was almost like Rohit was sort of kind of saying to him, see, I'm there for you, kind of scenario. I don't know. For me, this is a weird one, but they always seem to come up with the goods. Right, so we always sit here and say, "My God, what the hell are they doing? That's a bit weird."
Yeah.
Right, and then all of a sudden, you go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
Mm-hmm.
So be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, I don't know, Steve. You got that opinion on this?
Well, the way I kind of looked at it was from Rohit's point of view. Hernandez kind of brushed him off the other day, saying, "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me." Whereas when he was with Shira, Rohit was in control of Shira. So Rohit feels like he's the kind of one in control of that relationship. Whereas when he's with Hernandez, Hernandez is the one in control of that relationship.
Interesting. Yeah. We'll see, man. I'm totally throwing them. I'll wait to see what happens on the main show on Thursday and see where they go with it. Because
it was a good. And I will say this about Shira.
Yeah,
he's getting more polished match by match.
Yes,
this was a good match.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about a lot on our show, Alisha. He's this. I can't deny it's like the best he's looked ever. Like out of all the time, right? No matter how much I wanted it to be Karam, I'm going to keep saying that. No matter how much. By the way, he got injured. Anybody know that Karam got injured?
He had a surgery recently.
Yeah, he did this last week. So I hope he can be back soon. But yeah, damn. So we'll see where this ends up with Hernandez, Shira, Rohit. I want it to at least, no matter where it goes, I want it to make sense. That's all. I just want it to be. I don't want Rohit to get lost in all this too. That's my only concern. I look out for Rohit a lot. So we'll see where they go. optimistic that they'll take care of Rohit on this.
Do we ever think we're going to see Gamma back?
I don't know,
we haven't
man.
seen Raj in a couple of years either, have we?
Raj just is recouping from. He's just got cleared from a major injury he had. So so he was out for a while. I don't know exactly what the injury was, but and then
He's
it was
still
in
on the
Canada.
roster page though, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't released. I think he got stuck over there from he was injured prior to the pandemic. Then went through a long rehab, and then he got stuck with the lockdown. So,
so
not sure where they'll end up.
Together?
Possibly. I just don't want Rohit to go backwards with this whole thing. That's why I'm
I don't think he can go back now.
No.
Shira, I don't think. I think those two are good away from it.
Yeah, Shira, I can see you can easily plug him back in, but Rohit, I don't want to see him go back in. I'd rather he stays out.
Yeah.
All right, backstage. The backstage segments were hilarious on the show.
Yes.
Triple XL joining Storm and Sabin in a drinking match at Swinger's Palace. And Mack Cardona even got in there. He got into it with Swinger a little bit. And then Dreamer called for match time. And then I think something AC Romero was like, wait, Dreamer, this isn't Wrestle House. You can't do match time here. What are you talking about? And then Dreamer set up a match, the Crate American. What is it? The Crate American Bash match for later tonight. Like this shit was all over the place. So basically Triple XL and Beer Guns are going to have a drinking match in the casino. That's been set up. And now the Crate American Bash. I don't know. It was funny though. This shit was just wild.
Segment.
I liked it. It was goofy. There was a, oh my God, there was a scene by, was it Sabin? Yeah, he's like, this is he goes, this place is glorious. Yes. He's like, this is glorious. And he like looks at like it's Storm right away. He's like, huh? Dude, I just lost it. And then Mark, who's on vacation's he's like, dude, I popped it on and just got that moment. And I was laughing my ass off and I had to like sign back out. So like he just the way Sabin looks at him, he's like, this place is glorious. Dude, I just lost it. That was great. Funny shit. But yeah, it's a Crate American Bash match for later tonight. So we go to Doc Gallows and Torus, which we thought was random, but then we talked about on Thursday. It was because Decay made fun of the Good Brothers. Again, still weird though to see him go solo. Like I'd rather see Decay and the Good Brothers go. I'm sure it's leading up to that though.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a little rivalry starting here.
Yeah. Plus, you got to keep the Good Brothers busy.
We spoke about this last night on our show. We think that they're building towards a Decay versus Good Brothers feud.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. I mean, let's face it. Crazy Steve and Torus are amazing wrestlers. They are so good. So it's going to be gold, whatever happens, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually thought Torus was going to win this one.
So did I at one point.
Yeah. I thought he should have, to be honest. Because
and
go ahead, Steve.
I was going to say this match made me really angry.
Why? Let's hear why.
We're all sort of thinking Tory should have won it, and a couple of us are sort of thinking that the Decay should feel at some point win the tag titles, but in my opinion, Tory's kind of got squashed here. So how do Decay have a chance of winning the tag titles if Tory's just got squashed by Gallows?
Yeah, especially because he's such a monster. Like that's my thing about you want to build him. That the win should have been Torus taking out Gallows, and then be like, holy shit, like they're really a threat now.
Exactly, it should have been the other way around. I
just don't think Gallows needed the win. They're too established already. They didn't need the win. A lot of people in the chat didn't like it. The Truck didn't like this, D-Bag didn't like the lot of people didn't like this match. Was Gallows, did you guys feel Gallows was not his usual self during this? Because that's some of the comments going on in the chat right now. Was he not his usual intense self? I don't know.
I thought he was pretty good, to be honest. I mean, I didn't see any major issues with him. I mean, he was still doing his usual. There was, I just thought that I don't know. I didn't think he was any worse or any better than normal, to be honest.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I didn't see anything lacking, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe we might have missed something. But I still think you kind of ruined Torus's momentum a little bit because he's such a beast that I feel like he's indestructible in some ways. And I just don't think Gallows is the guy to beat him one-on-one. Yeah, maybe in a team you can get the best of two guys, can get the best of him. But
maybe
one-on-one,
this would have worked better if it was Steve.
That's a good point. If it was Steve, I could see it. Totally, Gallows can take him out, right? Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Torus, I think beating Gallows would have set them up way better for tag. Again, we got to build our original tag teams. We just lost Reno Scum. Triple XL's doing backstage shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we're really losing tag team momentum. That's my worry with all this. But anything else? I mean, nothing else of note, right? Pretty standard. Gallows did win on this one. A little interference
from Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson got in. Steve tried to help, but nothing to no avail. But the entrance looked cool, though. I gotta say, the Decay entrance was pretty badass, as usual.
As always.
It's epic. I think, like, I love the bits and all, but Torus looks like a devil's henchman coming out with he looks creepy as shit.
Yeah,
such a vibe.
They added a lot more fog too, I noticed, which looked really awesome. Go ahead, Vice.
What did you think of Crazy Steve's new coat, his new jacket, which was
with
black
the mask on the shoulder?
Yeah, but it's like a black kind of thingy jacket, isn't it? What they call it?
A straight jacket.
Straight jacket?
Yeah. It had all the straps on the handles and everything, so you could. It was I liked it. I thought it was a really cool coat. Really cool.
He's so creative with his look.
He is.
Really. He's looking great.
He's one of those constantly evolving ones too, right? Alisha, like he's always like, if you look back
as he started, it's amazing.
Like Menagerie Steve versus Decay 2021 Steve is a whole different animal altogether.
He's in between's been crazy.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like his just constant evolution. I just got some word in though, guys. Impact just sent me a message straight from Impact, the Mack management.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. Please discuss this on your post-event podcast, the post show tonight. Impact Wrestling offers collectibles, match used and autographed from Hardcore Justice on the company's eBay page right now. So ebay.com/impact Wrestling. They're gonna have, let's see, I'm gonna run this out real quick because I literally just got this like a minute ago from Impact.
Yeah.
We're gonna have, let's see here, multiple match used and autographed steel chairs, including the one from the career versus title match from Deonna and Jazz, then one from the Knockouts #1 contenders match, and it's gonna be signed by 7 Knockouts and Caleb, but and Caleb. The autographed match used an autographed garbage can lid signed by Brian Myers and Jake Something. The toaster oven that was used in that in the match with Dreamer and Bill, signed by Dreamer. I would love a toaster on my counter signed by Dreamer and Willie Mack for no reason at all. The match used an autographed rat trap that was used by Johnny Swinger and also snapped on the hand of Johnny Swinger. Match used an autographed baking sheets, including the one by Rhino, Eddie Edwards. And then a match used baking sheet signed by Myers, who added the inscription mid Cardona sucks, which I think is hilarious. Numerous match worn autographed items and t-shirts, Cardona, Steve's brothers, their t-shirts, and then small plastic display cases filled with the match used thumbtacks from the Knockouts match, along with a match used canvas. So all one big display case piece signed by Rosemary and Lish.
Nice.
So that's crazy. So that just went up, guys. ebay.com/Impact Wrestling. So that is on sale right now. So that's some good stuff. I'm glad I checked. I just got that sent. Like, I need you to discuss this right now. So
that's awesome.
The office was buzzing.
That toaster is going to go for some money, I reckon.
The which one?
The toaster.
The toaster's probably the best piece. I want that toaster for no reason at all. I want that toaster.
What they should be doing is getting Cardona and Brian Myers to sign all of those figures. as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Do you think Cardona brought them like they're his? Like he brought them from home. Hey, I got a couple.
He's probably like, I got doubles. We can use those.
Yeah.
They should be
I've
selling
got
those.
That'd be good. That'd be funny.
We get I bet like the conniption that like the figure nerds had during this, like, oh my god, they're all loose. None of them are packages. What the fuck? They're losing their mind. We got a Violent by Design video package airing right here. Eric Young says he's at it says the hardcore war with the hardcore war belongs to them. And then Johnny, so that kind of just, it was very VBD talk, and he said that's the war is going to be theirs tonight. They're going to win the war. And then we go to Johnny Swinger coming out, accompanied by the Swingerellas, who came. Has the Swingerellas ever came out with them before?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. I mean, in certain situations, they just by chance happen to be out there, but I don't think there's ever been an official like walkout.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I like this. I think it's a good. I mean, if you're gonna have them, why not add them as his like valets?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Some of the reactions they had while he was out there were great.
What'd you say, Steve?
Some of the reactions they had while he was out there in the ring were great.
Oh my, Johnny Swinger is like national treasure. This guy is incredible. Like, I would vote for him for president at this point. The guy is.
Some of the rules did, mate.
Let's just party, daddy, and everything's a party. It'd be great. So him against Cardona in the great, what was it? The Great American Crate. Well, I forgot already.
Great American
Bash. Okay, I saw something on Impact Twitter that stated that one of the crates, did the one open, or did they just take a picture of it? One of the crates had an autographed 8x10 of Scott Hall from Hardcore Justice like 10 years ago. Did that one open on TV? I missed it.
I didn't see it if they did.
Yeah, that was the very first one.
Was it really? Did they reference it? I must have looked away for this point.
Yeah, they did. And they had a close-up of it as well. I
totally must have like stepped away for a second because I saw the photo on Impact Twitter. I was like, wait, what? How come that's not being sold on the eBay thing?
The rat trap was a good touch.
The rat trap was great. And then what was the other one? It was the brass knucks was the other one.
Yep.
And then was there 3 only?
The brass knucks that were blatantly made of rubber, you mean?
But one didn't open, right? That was one Cardona brings out later. That one didn't get open. Okay.
That's right.
Just hilarious shit. Okay. Steve, you mentioned how much you liked Cardona in this match. So I want you to start with this one.
I've sort of been a bit hot and cold on Cardona. Some bits he's done that I thought, liking this guy. Other bits I'm like, I'm not sure. But in this match, I thought he was fantastic. And I think the chemistry he was having with Swinger was really good. And I'd be like, I'd like him to do more with Swinger. The Myers stuff, I'm still not sure on, but this was fantastic from Cardona.
I think he looks fantastic.
He even got into the character a little of Swinger.
His acting was good. His acting was really, really good. Yeah, definitely.
He's really surprised me, man. I was like I said, I never really watched him, knew of him much. I knew who he was, but you just knew him as the up north guy, did his own thing, that he kind of got over him on his own and all that. I am really impressed with how hard he does work. Like he really works hard. And I like it. I like his commitment to this story and everything. Like he looks like a star too. I can't take it away. No. The guy looks like a star.
Oh, he does. Looks $1 million, doesn't he?
He does.
Oh, he absolutely
does. He absolutely does. Yeah. Swinger looked fantastic here too, though. Just because of we should play a game, Alisha, a drinking game for how many bandanas Swinger has on is the amount of shots you have to take.
I think I counted about 5.
No, more than 5. There was way more than 5. You have to take a shot.
Swinger's one of those who wins by losing, isn't he?
Exactly. He doesn't need the win. He doesn't need to have a win. That guy he's just classic. The expressions, like the face he made after you put on the brass knuckles, right? By since like It's like when Bison's having a bad morning, kind of look like that, you know. He's just growling at the wife, you know.
I will shout out to Striker as he said that Swinger was going from generation to generation as he was going from box to box.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Striker is a really good commentator. He's very, very good.
He's just got so much knowledge. He's got so much knowledge of so many years worth of wrestling. He references lots of different companies. He references like stars from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like, just incredible. Yeah, incredibly knowledgeable.
He is. That's one of his biggest appeals to me, is that he it's a full scale commentary going on with him. You know, I like that. And in D'Lo, I mean, I'm not gonna take anything away from D'Lo. D'Lo's fantastic too. I did like how Striker was like, "Hey, D'Lo, you ever feel like you want to get back in there?" He's like, "Well, no, I don't want to ever touch it. I did it once. I'm done. I'm not doing that again at all." So we're not getting a D'Lo Brown comeback match. But Cardona does win this one, and he gets it was the Swinger went for the brass knuckles. Cardona ducked, and then he hits the what's his finish? I keep forgetting what his finish was called. Cardona's.
Oh, you put me on the spot. I'm not sure.
I know. I can't. I'm totally forgetting. Anyway, some in the chat tell me. I am blanking.
Radio silence or something.
Media, was it the radio silence? That's the one, right? Radio silence. I think that's what it is.
It might be. Might be radio silence. Yeah, something like that. Radio
silence, I believe. Yeah. And then so when he leaves, he does take the last crate with him that didn't get open. So radio silence. Thanks, Dragonstorm. It was a real. I put the wrong thing. I wrote Swinger versus Striker in my comment. I meant to say
that'd be a match.
Swinger versus Cardona. There we go. Hey, I'm gonna retype this into the thing. But we were talking about Striker being a commentator, so my bad. Here, I'm gonna put this back into the chat for you all to sound off. There we go. Chat. There you are. Thank you for pointing that out. Who did that? Who made me look like an asshole here? Who is this? Let's see here. I'm gonna check this out. Hang on. I lost it. Somebody deleted it. Whoever tried to punk me out deleted it. But thank you for punking me out because I screwed up. All right, but overall, fun match. Swinger.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The detail was him taking the crate, though, the last crate, and then which comes into play afterwards.
Later, yeah.
I like that. But dude, I like Cardona here, man. He's a fun addition to this roster. I like how he's into it. You can tell he's into it. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Next match, then went right to the next one. I think we may not have a video package here, but went to the next one to hype up, and it was
a 10-minute blooming flashback.
It was the flat. This was random in the middle of all this. Like
we were texting about this, Steve, weren't we?
Yeah, and I timed it. It was 10 minutes.
It's like 10. Why? What was the point? No,
it was so long. It was so long for no reason. It was like a full flashback of RVD and Sabu. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I was like, did I accidentally change the channel?
That's what I thought. I'm like, am I on Twitch? Like, what happened here?
There was a reason. The only reason could be that RVD was obviously recently got into the Hall of Fame.
That's why, yeah.
That could be the only reason they decided to put RVD up.
Either way.
I get it, but it was like the whole match almost. Like it was like 10 minutes of this.
I didn't need it.
And it's 10 minutes you could give to another match.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. Plus, from that, we went right to a Swingers Palace segment. So I'm like, you were already going backstage anyway, right? So we go backstage. Storm wins the drinking contest because AC was like stumbly, and then he, I think at this point he wanted to play beer pong, right? He asked for like ball. He's like, yeah, any balls or something, or like the Swingerellas had him in a case. Like innuendos that didn't even make sense about innuendos. It was like it was so random. But they're playing beer pong, just back and forth, just really just a wacky ass segment. It was just such a wacky segment going on. But
it was just James Storm setting them up, wasn't it? Really,
pretty much, much what it was. I think, and then right from that, so they did that whole segment. Just basically, Storm wins the drinking contest. I thought he was going to reference the beer drinking championship that he used to hold. Do you guys remember this when Storm beat Eric Young for the beer drinking championship, and it was a belt that had a beer bottle on it? Like,
Jesus Christ, that was a long time ago.
That's about 2007, weren't it?
Right. That's what they should have brought out during this. He's like, wow, former beer drinking world champion too, motherfucker. You know, just bring that out and be like, wait a minute, you still have that belt? You know, like something like it would have been perfect to tie in here. But no, he doesn't.
It's weird how we've gone from like Storm and Saban, who are with Violent by Design, and then Triple X, who are with Sami, and now everyone seems to have forgotten who they were feuding with.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
but the segments are funny. I mean, they're comedic. Yeah. Shout out to Triple XL. Larry and AC are really funny in acting. They were good in Wrestle House too. Like, we don't give them enough credit, huh, Alisha? Like, we don't really give
talented dudes.
Yeah.
They are
like started it all, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like Larry was kind of like one of the stars of Wrestle House. He was under the spell and he shot Bravo, or he said he shot Bravo, but allegedly, we have to say allegedly. But I don't know. I mean, they're good. They're funny in all their like AC, I think, is naturally very funny. And we don't really like think about it sometimes with those guys, but they're really hilarious. So I'm glad they're in some of these segments too. As long as you balance it out with, like, you don't go too goofy, because they're still trying to be like big monster killer dudes in the ring too. So right from that to Sami Callihan, ICU entrance coming out.
This was a surprise, huh?
This was. We were talking. We want, like, he didn't have a match though. We were like, why doesn't Sami have a match? You know?
Yeah, so it was weird.
He always finds a way on the card.
Yeah.
I think you guys on your show last night just talked about it, right, guys? You on the UK show?
Yeah, because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how can you have? Because Eddie Edwards was not booked in either at that point. So we were like, I don't understand how you can have a hardcore show with no Eddie Edwards and no Sami Callihan. It was like, those are your two big hardcore guys, and at the moment they're not on the show. Yeah, we found that really odd. So I guess we were almost expecting him to turn up at some point in some way. But I don't know. We discussed this whole thing where maybe Sami and Eddie end up fighting on the team on Team Dreamer or something, you know. And because I don't know if you've noticed, we talked about this as well, is that in recent weeks, Sami has been quite complimentary about Eddie Edwards on Twitter. Like,
is he really?
Yeah, Eddie would put something up, and then Sami's retweeted it and saying things like, "Oh, I totally agree with what you've got to say there," you know, or something along those sort of lines. You know, you should look. Honestly, there's probably about two or three tweets in the last couple of weeks where Sami has been like, you know, we were saying, so it's almost like, you know, with this whole AEW thing going on as well, that, you know, is there a point where Sami and Eddie find this common ground? You know, like Eddie is Mr. Impact, you know, in the sense that, you know, he just represents everything about Impact Wrestling. And then Sami just loves Impact Wrestling anyway, but just in his way. So, you know, they come together over this common ground to fight, you know, for Team Impact. I don't know. It was I don't know. Who knows?
Possibility.
Impact machine.
It is a possibility. Like they're forming their guard almost. We still gotta get through whatever happens at Rebellion.
Yeah.
Like if Kenny wins, for example, you know, does that unite everybody else? And they're like, no, fuck that. You know, screw you guys. It's us against you, kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I would say after Rebellion is where you're really gonna get your more answers, right? Like, we're really going to see where everything's going after Rebellion. And that and the brilliance of Sami is that he's great at like dropping those hints here and there, like breadcrumbing everything around. So you for example, you're catching it and thinking about it, and you're like, wait a minute, maybe it's foreshadowing to something. So very well could be. All right. So Sami comes out, he talks about how he brought the passion out of Trey Miguel. And if he can get Trey to the next level through that passion isn't about waiting around. It's about taking what you want. And he makes an open challenge. And Sam Beale comes out and takes up in his open challenge. So I want to get everybody's opinion on Sam Beale. Like, he's new. He's a rookie. And you know, he's been in some segments. He's had a couple of speaking segments, and he has gotten squashed. As Truck's pointing out in the chat, he has been squashed a bunch. But do you see the potential in Sam Beale? Like, should we start grooming him into the roster little by little? Let me guess. Let's go around, Alisha.
Maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay.
But I could see him formulating something and doing something in the near future.
This is where we kind of need explosion still to like have a guy like him. All right, you know, you work here, do you get better here, be a part of the network, and do you keep doing your thing on this side, and then we'll build you up. Yeah, he's still very new. I think he's like year 1 or 2 tops. But
yeah.
I will say this. There is
a great opportunity for him.
It is. That's a huge. I mean, he's been on the main show. He's been on this show now. Like, he's taking advantage of a spot, and he looks confident enough out there. So, but what do you think, Bison? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, the trouble is, he could definitely sell. That's for sure.
Yes.
I mean, he definitely looks good getting beaten up. We've not seen any of his offense at the moment, so it's difficult to say really, and we've not really heard him speaking either. But they wouldn't bring him in if they didn't think he had something.
Okay,
we know that, don't we? We know that. If they don't think he's got something, they're not going to bring him in. So they're going to know more than what we know at this moment in time because we haven't seen much of him. So I'm willing to just wait and see if they bring him in a bit more. That would be great. Or if it's just a case of seeing how good he looks on TV. What I find interesting about it, though, is that there's guys like that would get an explosion match that have been, you know, around for 7-8 years on the scene that have got a bit of a name and all the rest of it. Whereas this guy's been training for two years. Suddenly turns up on a special. I find that a bit strange, you know. I mean, there's got to be some of these guys out there that like you know, that we've had turn up, like I said, on an explosion or something like that or whatever, and then they don't turn up. I mean, we've had like Hammerstone and people like that. We've had, you know, turn up on explosion, but they were never on the main show. You know, I mean, why would? It just seems to me, a bit odd. So they must see something in him. Yeah,
good point. It's a really good call because they've had way bigger names who never made it on the main show, let alone a special.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, you know, there's loads of them. What about the other Canadian guy? I think he's really good. I forgot his name. I think he's great, and I've forgotten his name.
Aiden Prince. Yeah, he's great too.
I mean, how good is that guy? But they never signed him. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird. That's a great point. I mean, I know this. The tie-in with Sam Beale is that he's trained by Trey, right? Yeah. That's the thing. So that's the tie into the story. So, like I said, they see something. I've worked with him once. I think he has something for sure. He's still got a lot to go. No question about it. He's got a lot of time to develop still, but maybe that's what Impact's seeing too. They're seeing like, hey, this kid's got something. Let's start getting him in here and getting him the experience now.
Every time they do this with people like Sam, I feel like it's a good thing because, again, they're giving these young kids an opportunity to see what it's like to make it on a bigger scale.
Yes.
And Impact rocks for doing that. What an opportunity for so many people to just be like, hey, come check it out down here and do your thing. You have an open forum.
Yeah. It's an opportunity. Here's a chance for you. You got to take advantage of. And I think he looked great, confident out there too. Like he comes out, he's confident. He's not like a scared rookie. You know, a lot of people don't have that kind of confidence in their first year.
No.
So
I mean, his ring gear was good. Everything. He looked good.
Yeah,
they even given
it more fence in.
He could probably drop the sniffing the fingers thing in the beginning, though. That
I didn't catch that. Did he do that?
Yeah, he went like this, like, tone that down a bit.
A little bit, yeah. At least on TV.
If that's not what it's intended to be, I'm not really sure where it's supposed to be.
Let's keep that on the indies then, right? Let's keep it off TV. Good call. I didn't even see him do that.
Then that's things that if he does sort of stay around that they can tweak.
Yes.
That's the whole point, is when you're young, you just got to form your character, and that takes a couple of years. It takes more than 2 years to really get an idea of your wrestling identity. I feel like I can't speak from experience, but just from an outside perspective, that's what it seems like.
Yeah. I would like to see them again. This is where you kind of need explosion, or at least send them to OVW, something where you can just get them ready more. So
yeah,
we'll see. But then he trains with Trey, so maybe OVW is not an option.
Yeah, well, they've still got the partnership, I think, with OVW and BCW, haven't they?
Yeah, but he's part of Trey's school, so I mean, I'm sure there's someone. It looks like somewhat of a link to a partnership there too. So we'll see. I would say wait and see with Samuel. There's more to come. But Sammy does win with the package pile driver on this one. I mean, we saw that coming, obviously, but he gets up, and Sammy looked great too. I feel like Sammy, there was something refreshed. Sammy, you could tell when he's got like a fresh story or new talent to work with, this is where he shines. So he's really sinking his teeth into this Trey Miguel story.
Yeah. It was interesting Trey didn't come out here.
No, but I guess they were saving that for what we saw at the end, right? That was the big surprise.
Yeah.
But you're right. Well, I guess it would have been nice to have a little bit of explanation why. But I think the striker did mention something about that. So they didn't like totally leave it blank on why Trey didn't come out. We get a video package for Myers and Jake something, just recapping the whole eye incident. Myers comes out first, Jake's next, and Jake's got the bandages around his eye. So they're really selling it. And it's a hardcore blindfold match, which I thought was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It was. You don't see a lot of these all the time. I can't remember the last time we saw a blindfold match. Was it Eric Young and James Storm? I'm gonna say, maybe. I don't know. Years ago.
It's a long time ago. Yeah,
very long time. It's not a common match, which I got to say, it's not I can
remember Harris and Storm doing one, and I'm sure there was
Harrison Storm. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Harrison Storm.
I'm sure there was another one recently, but I can't remember.
I don't think so. I don't remember one for ages on this. This one I thought, like I said, it was great. A lot of cheating. You know, ref Daniel Spencer gets taken down. Our buddy he gets out. He's hurt at one point.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Myers takes his mask off and he's like just cheating. Jake's mask falls off. Shenanigans all around. But this is where Cardona comes in with that fourth crate, and he slides it to Jake, right? And Jake just nails Myers, and all these like action figures come pouring out. It sounds like the visual is awesome.
Yeah,
the visual's great. Of like there was like at least 30 figures in that thing. It was like a shit ton of action figures. That was fun. It was just a fun way to it ties in their podcast, their friendship, the crate, their feud. It just, there was so much happening within, which I loved. So I'm like, it's great. And you got the win. So I'm cool with that. Black Hole Slam. Are they calling it the Black Holes? They called it a Black Hole Slam, didn't they?
Yeah, they did call it that.
They did, yeah.
They've been calling that for a little while now, yeah.
I guess it's an homage to Abyss. I mean, that was his move, and he's an Impact legend no matter where he's gone. And it's still he's still an Impact legend.
Kind of gives you that thought that they want to push him as a monster.
I mean, he has the ability to be a top monster. We talk about all the time on our show. He's like, Jake's is the guy. You know, he's if you let him go, like he's starting to do it now on like Impact, but like if you watch him on the indies like we have here in the US, guys, like he's a monster wrestler. Like if you let him just go, right? Yeah. Like if you just let him like do his thing, he's intense.
I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, he's a massive dude. He's massive. You know, and yeah, you're right. I think they are starting to gradually, you know, kind of let the monster get released. So it will be interesting to see where he is 6 months down the line.
Yeah,
definitely. I do gotta say though, these two guys wrestled really well for not being able to see each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they always managed to find where they needed to be. I feel like.
How thin were those hoods?
I was very nervous on this match because, like I say, I've seen a couple of blindfold matches and they got a bit boring, but these two did very well on, like you say, staying together quite well. I think that the play was getting to the outside of the ring where things are tight, and then keeping hold of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I will say? A blindfold match is not the same without the crowd. Because we go like, no, you're right there. You know, the crowd always like the buzzing from the crowd when you're close to the guy. That was the whole thing about a blindfold match. Is the crowd go, no, go left. You know, everybody's yelling. So you lose that aspect of it, right? You don't get the
right.
That's the biggest thing about a blindfold match is the crowd buzzing like, and the guy always doing the, is he here? You're here, and the crowd's like, ah. You're like, okay, and he goes there. You know, it's a lot of that. So you don't get that part of it. So you have to be a little more creative, which, you know, they had fun with it. I think when they still connected, they at least hit hard. I like that a lot.
Right.
I did enjoy that. So it was a well done match. I think this is good for everybody. Everybody evolved from this match. So
agreed. It pushed things where it needed to go.
Yes, for sure.
Totally.
For sure. But yeah, give me your thoughts on that, guys, in the chat. Just throw your thoughts on that one and see how you liked it. But all right, let's go off here. So we get a little promo from the Dream Team in the back. Tommy Dreamer, Rich Swann, Eddie, and Willie Mack. They're just basically talking about just determination, just having the fire for everything. So Swann, they're all fired up. It looked good though. It was a nice visual. It just felt really sharp on my screen too. I don't know if they shot new cameras or HD. It just looked really crystal. I'm like watching it again right now. I got the Violent by Design promos on right now, and it's like super crystal clear. So I don't know if it looked really nice. The color was really good. I liked it a lot. But Swann was on fire during this truck. You're right. And it looked really, really. He looked like he was ready. And I want Swann to be presented really just bigger than life as he goes in the rebellion after this.
For sure.
With that particular promo as well, though, I've always said quite a few times that Rich's promos were sometimes his weak point as a performer.
Mm-hmm.
But over recent months, it's almost like he's been doing a lot of practicing because he just seems to get better and better and better at his promos. And it's like today they said, look, like just go for it, just literally go for it. And I thought he was amazing. It just totally drew me in, and I was like, wow, you know, like where does this come from, Rich? You know, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I like Truck's comment. It says, felt like an old school promo to me, except less Coke. That's great.
Yeah. All right. The booger sugar.
All right, so we go from that to the Knockouts title number one contenders weapons match. And
this is match of the night for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you start this one off, but I want everybody to start putting your opinions, guys, in the chat on this one now. What you guys thought about this? The big return in this one, though, just to kick it off. Actually, Alisha, before you take it, I'm gonna run down the who's in it. We got Rosemary, Jordynne Grace, Havok, Tenille, Alisha Edwards, and then Su Yung, who returned with a very awesome entrance, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kendra, the kendo stick.
Oh yeah, Kendra, the kendo stick.
Kendra.
Yeah, no, because Alisha named her. That's her kendo stick. I thought it was Kenny at first, and then looking at the pictures now, there's actually lipstick.
Yeah.
Is there really?
And the handles purple. Yeah, lipstick and like girly eyelashes.
Get the hell out of here. I gotta see this.
Yeah, so we saw the return of Su Yung tonight, and I thought that was like really, they always get really creative with how they do things with her. And the fact that it was Susan, and then I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was tripping out a little bit, but to see Sue come out, and then I don't know what happened. Did she just like consume Susan and then go about her way?
See what I thought.
Go ahead, Bison. Break this down.
What I thought was really good about the Su Yung thing as well is the attention to detail, because it was clearly Su Yung that came out as Susan, right? So it was clearly Susan that came out.
Yes.
Then obviously someone came out pretending to be Su Yung, to then attack Susan. She then disappears. They pan it away, come back, and obviously they've added Susan as Su Yung then, and then pull her away. So she then comes back in, but then halfway through the match, this is where the attention to detail comes in.
Mm-hmm.
They got referees to go out, right, and help Susan off the ramp.
Was she still sitting on the ramp the whole time? Was that the implication?
No, but that's the point. The point was that obviously it's hard to sort of kind of do this, but obviously somebody had crept on that side after it, and then or they swapped people over somehow or whatever, so that there was a Susan on the side of the ring. But then halfway through the match, 2 referees came on and helped Susan off.
See this?
Yeah,
I did not see that.
Yeah, they helped her off.
They helped her off, that's what I'm talking about. The attention to detail. They didn't have to do that, but they did it, and that I thought was a really cool thing to do.
I'm watching it. I'm watching the entrance again. This is like it's fine. I didn't appreciate for how smooth that was done at the time. Like, and I noticed I'm like, there's a lot more fog than normal, which makes sense, right? Because you're covering this whole thing. But yeah, like she basically mandible claws her down. It puts the and she takes her down. She's off in the corner, and then Sue's just this is brilliant. I mean, like for how smooth it was. I love that. Like I didn't realize how smoothly they transitioned that into like you can see how much more fog was added and it just added more to it. But the entrance was pretty epic though.
It was cool. It was very cool. And you could see everybody was like, oh.
I'm trying to find a clip of the of them helping her off the stage, but I can't see that. But that's a brilliant detail, Bison. Good call on that. What do we think about Sue being back into Sue? Or are we getting all of them? Are we getting Alisha go?
That'd be cool if that's the case. I had a feeling that that's where they were going with the current storyline. I'm excited because again, they're always going to do something creative with Sue Young's character.
It's amazing.
And it'd be cool if we got some kind of blend of all three. Already with her gear, I kind of feel like it tells a story. Her new gear.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see. I'm excited.
Yeah, she definitely did have new gear on today. It was a different look. So it was almost like a combo look. It had a little bit of Susie in it, right? Am I crazy? Yep. Like it looked like she was wearing kind of part of Susie. Was there any Susan incorporated into that look still or no? So no Susan there because she killed Susan off right there. So
yeah, Karen's gone. I mean, Susan's gone.
Man, I hope not.
Because we didn't get any of Deonna addressing this backstage, like any of that afterwards. So
maybe we will Thursday.
That was Let's see what happens Thursday. That's going to be interesting. This was so cool though.
So again, this was another one of those matches though where I kind of didn't know who was going to win it. And so with everything that happened, I was just kind of all over the place. And so one of the few things I noticed is obviously the Kendra stick.
That's awesome.
Alisha so this part I really wanted to point out. So at that point when Lish decides to go Kendra on everybody in her path, she goes after Sue Young, who stops her and then carries her away.
That was weird. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, so many stories.
That was it. Like people disappeared towards the end. That's why we got who we got, and that's why Tenille was able to sneak in with Caleb. But at that point, Lish swings Kendra at Sue. Sue blocks her, puts her over her shoulder, and just leaves.
That's right.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. You're right. I remember that.
Now that get undead Lish.
Man, we could get on that Lish. That's
with her bringing out her own version of Kenny. That is bringing forth a more hardcore version of Alisha, and a version I feel like we've never seen before, and I'm pretty excited for that.
And she looked good in this match.
Yes.
She gave an interview this week too. Yeah, she did. She gave an interview this week too. How she's like sick of being taken like as like a low threat. I can be intense when I want to. This is good.
Important. This is why it's so important that after the show ends, like to really pay attention to what these people say on Twitter. A lot of the times they're twittering however you call it, in character. So in a way, they're giving you these little spoilers into what's to come, and it's been awesome.
That's such a good point.
That's exactly what I was trying to say earlier with regards to Sami Callihan. Some of the things that he's been sort of kind of like responding to with regards to Eddie. So there's like there are little things that are coming out. So a dark Lish. I mean, what could she be
can't
called?
wait. Heelish.
Heelish. This could be. I'm looking at a clip though of Kendra, and it's got lipstick and eyelashes, and like that's hilarious. I did not catch it, but it's
Great
got a
detail.
face. It's got like what the hell? It's awesome. I'm surprised that's not for sale on the eBay store. How is that not on sale? Well, she's got to use that, I guess.
I feel like it's going to become part of her character going here forward.
Well, here's the good thing now. Now Eddie can be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Remember how she was freaking out when Eddie went dark when he lost his mind?
Yeah.
Now he can go to
Eddie's turn.
He's like, "Well, Lish, what the hell's going on here?" And she's like, "Fuck you, Eddie." Like, this is how it feels, motherfucker. Like, you put me through all this shit. This is how it feels when you lose your mind.
Well,
this
we
would be
know
great.
Sue's capable of it because the last time she did something like this, look at what happened to Allie.
Sue, yes, for sure.
Keep that in mind. You always have to reference past storylines, and it always. I feel like this is why I love Impact. Many reasons. They know how to come full circle, even if the storyline's been years removed. If you pay attention, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Like.
That's a great point.
Whoever's writing this shit, kudos. Pat yourself on the back and give yourself a 2 snaps and a Cheerio.
They tried to do that in the ring, didn't they? They tried to do that in the ring with Sue, Rosemary, and Havok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's another connection. And this is what I was talking about Thursday. How are they eventually all going to cross paths again? Because
you did mention that. Yeah.
And so we'll see. And obviously Havok's storyline with Nevaeh got brought up in this whole thing. So, she's going on a darker road. They're all on this weird journey now that the belt is in. Well, I mean, Tenille won the match, which I think was everybody surprised for that?
No,
because you look at it now and you think, well, maybe she's the only one that won't have anything to do.
Right, exactly. Everybody else in a story out of this now.
It was a good surprise, though. I didn't mean that as a negative. I mean, like, I'm glad they're finally pushing something with her character instead of just being slightly comic relief. I feel like there's a lot of potential with where they're going with her and Caleb now. We're getting a more, maybe we'll start seeing a more Healy version of them. I would like that to just go a little bit aggressive.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, Nevaeh comes out and costs Havok the match, throws a powder in her face. I do love heel Nevaeh a lot, though.
I do.
Because she's a baddie. She's a baddie. She's got that facial expression, like she's mean. Like she looks mean now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I like that. And she's a better heel than she is a face. I gotta say, like she comes off more naturally as a meanie. So I'm down for that.
She's a mean girl. She's a mean girl.
She's good. I mean, she's that face, that look she gives after she screws Havok.
Yeah.
Where she kind of looked at the camera, kind of. She's like, yeah. I love that. I was like, ooh,
I dig it.
I was like, we got this now. I like her a lot. I think this is. You're right, though, Steve. Everybody's into something out of this. Like this is brilliant. You're right, Alisha. Like, pat yourselves on the back as the writing team of this match. They took 7 knockouts and literally gave everyone a new pivot storyline off of this.
The only worry I have is we're talking about how everyone's getting involved in a storyline, and come Rebellion, what's going to happen with Kira and Tasha for the tag titles?
See, that's the other problem. We haven't built any tag. This is what killed the knockouts belts the first time, is that there weren't enough teams to do this. Like you still need
it's just a weird move to make when you introduce belts.
And they weren't on the show at all. They didn't come out to watch. No backstage segment.
Like they should have at least been sitting in the audience doing their popcorn routine and being like,
perfect.
Because whoever, you got to think about it. Whatever falls out from that eventually has to swing into the tag team. It kind of in a way weirdly interwoven right now, the main belt, women's belt, and the tag teams.
Yeah.
It's like whoever isn't going for that ends up kind of oddly tagging with whoever to try and go for the other belts. And we got to kind of sort that out a little bit. I'm optimistic.
Yeah, at least by Rebellion, if those belts aren't on the line at Rebellion, there's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have to set them up for something. Like if those two have to sit out, Rebellion, that's a problem.
I don't think that would be a smart move.
No, not at all. Not at all.
They're a draw, so why wouldn't we? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, people love them. So like there's no reason to not have them on the show. They just have to defend these belts. Like, you need to have them in some. I don't care if you're bringing jobbers at this point. Just have them in a match where they're like putting up, they're having action.
It wouldn't hurt to have a couple of lesser known names come in just to kind of keep it moving, keep eyes on them. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt if the whole point is to push the belts. You know,
that's it.
See what they've done with Sami.
Yes, just something, man. You need something where you keep them around visually for us to see all the time. So fingers crossed in the next couple of weeks we can keep this flowing with them. All right, so Tenille does win that one. Deonna versus Jazz, career versus title. Actually, I'm sorry, real quick before I back up. This was the beer pong contest on this swing. Because it was 3 swingers palace ones. This was when they do the beer pong, and then they fought. That's when they get into a brawl. And everything just brawls out, and they're all brawling. So this is the one where they actually end up fighting, and then the pong comes in. The other one, I think they were just still drinking, and it was just they were just a good old time. Yeah, last one the beer pong came in on this segment, so my bad. I switched the 2 around. All right, so Jazz and Deonna, the video package is really cool. History of Jazz gets you a little more familiar with her history and what she's done. Really just letting you know, like, she's been around a long time. Like, Jazz is an OG ECW. She's WWE, NWA. They didn't mention the NWA title that she had for a while, but
isn't she the longest reigning NWA to like 400 and something days?
Yeah, she is. I'm guessing the beef. Well, NWA always taking shots at Impact doesn't help, so they're not going to mention that on TV.
Right.
So, but you know, she's a very, she doesn't get mentioned in that like first tier ever of like greatest women wrestlers. You know, it's always but like Trish Stratus and Lita and and Gail Kim, and they delete, like, Jazz doesn't get put into that first class mention a lot, but she's very
sing her praises, yo.
Yeah, and I'm glad Impact's doing it. Like, it's like they're doing it. You guys,
what a beautiful send off.
It is.
I'm gonna miss her.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss her too. And I think this is a legit thing. I'm assuming this is pretty legit because she was gonna retire last year, but the pandemic, everything threw that off, and she said that she's gonna take it into this year, like kind of do her loop around like the indies and everything, right? She's gonna stretch it out because of the pandemic threw off the original plan. So she does lose to Deonna here. It was emotional. I love Stryker talking about how she's a mom and a wife, and she's gonna go home to her kids, and like it was, you connected at that moment. You're like,
for sure.
You're like, oh, she is a mom. She's got to raise some kids. Like this is a tough chick, but she's a mom. And she's got to, like, this is the end of this other part of her career, and so. I love the match though. I thought this was these two have had good chemistry, and I think she went out really well though. Alisha, like, she did a great job.
I agree. I just gotta say, if you guys are able to go to any of the dates on her retirement tour on the indies, definitely go show some support and go catch those dates. I'm not sure if she's listed them yet or not, but I know she's definitely taking bookings for that, so keep an eye out, guys, and definitely go show Jazz some support.
Good call. Keep your eye to your indie, because she did mention that she's gonna make a good loop of indies this year as they're opening up, so see her off. I hope she hits Chicago too. It'd be nice to have her here. I never gotten to meet her, so it'd be great to just to see her off. What
a legend.
It would have been nice to give her the tag belts, though. The knockouts tag belts. That would have been cool. Especially because I feel like we didn't get the frequent defenses anyway. It would have been nice you could have had it where they put them on her and Jordynne for a little bit.
And then,
bounce them off, and he would have kept it active. Like, oh, look, those girls, Fire and Flavor got it back. They're so sneaky, So we got close with it, but I think in retrospect, I think they should have done that. But, Bison, any thoughts on this? You're a Jazz fan?
Yeah, I must admit, I thought that Jazz and Jordynne were going to win those tag belts initially. When for the very first time, I thought it was going to be them that was going to win. Basically, because I thought they weren't going to want to waste Jazz. Like they've brought her in, there had to be a payoff, and I thought the payoff was going to be that they were going to win it, and then we were then going to get a feud with them, and then Fire and Flavor would be the second. They would win it from Jazz and Jordynne, and then it would move on from there. And I almost feel, and I think we spoke about this before on the TNI-UK channel, that she possibly should have finished her career against Jordynne, but because there's clearly a friendship there, there's clearly something there for that she was sort of kind of Dreamer brought her in, but it was all part of sort of kind of like the master plan with Jordynne. Jordynne's been with her the whole time, that she's been there, so there must be some kind of friendship there. So yeah, I just think it would have been nice if it was Jordynne that was her final match, but whatever. I mean, it was a world title match. You can't take that away from her, and she gave it her all. She was strapped up in her knees to the max, but she went out there and she gave it everything that she had. And that's
a good way to go out. It was a good way to go out. The Jordynne thing would have been more of like a feature thing where it's like showcase, like, hey, one more round, let's just do it. But this way, it was like you still had because I'll be honest, she ended up staying longer than we ever expected her to in Impact.
Yeah, I agree.
There was a part of me tonight, I was like, she could win the belt tonight. Like this is not like out of the realm of possibility that she could potentially have a short reign, and then Deonna could even get it back and be like, I'm a 3-time knockout champion,
Right.
Like it wasn't out of the realm of possibility. There was a part of me today, I was like, I kind of believe this could happen right now. So no, it was great. I thought it was a good way to go out. So thank you, Jazz. Do you think she shows up on Thursday to just do a final goodbye?
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
I kind of hope so, because I was expecting more from how they ended. Sort of Jordynne just ran out and then they kind of walked to the end with their heads down. I kind of was expecting sort of Jordynne to like raise her hand, and it kind of felt like a bit of a whimper as they walked out.
I almost feel that what you might get is like some sort of kind of social media thing where, you show her coming out the back and then you've got all the knockouts and the entire roster all just sort of, giving her a clap and giving her a hug and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's one of those sort of things.
Maybe Thursday. Yeah, maybe that'll be Thursdays then.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. Yeah, I think that'd be great to have.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Let's wait to see what happens Thursday.
Yeah.
Deonna is still your Knockouts champion. All right, main event time. So commentary runs down the rules of the Hardcore War. It's basically war games, like Jay was saying on Thursday. It's a war games match.
Lockdown without the cage, isn't it?
Right. Basically, which Lethal Lockdown's inspired by war games. So it's Lethal Lockdown without the cage because this has the weapons. So it's Violent by Design. So it's Joe Doering, Eric Young, Diener, and Rhino taking on Tommy Dreamer. Well, who was supposed to be Tom? I forgot to mention. I'm sorry. You got taken out right before this. They cut to the back, and Dreamer is down. And
that's right.
He's down, and Dr. Ross is there to check it.
Professional hands.
He was. Yeah. He was there checking it.
Lucky he was about.
Was it obvious to everybody else though that he was making it very obvious he was faking it or not?
Well, because I noticed this right before they cut away. He got up.
Yeah, and he was fine.
Oh, he did? I didn't see that. Are you serious?
He was like this, and then he lifted his head, and that's where
he sort of looked up at the camera, didn't he?
I don't know if that was just an editing thing or
had to be.
I don't believe that they would have messed it up on like accidentally. I think that was done on purpose so that you knew that Tommy was just kind of faking it to put someone else in it, because he's already. I mean, it's only like less than a month ago that he like announced that he wasn't going to be performing in the ring.
Yeah.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
I felt the same thing. Yeah.
Because I was a little shocked when he was going to be in the match. I was like, wait, Tom? I'm like, he's booking the show. He's going to be in the main event too, like after the retirement. I was like, But you're right. I think it was the setup. That's a really good call out. Again, the subtle shit Impact does is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Agreed.
But I think the clever bit about that was it to me, from the minute that started, you could tell that it was a fake. It was a setup. It was Tommy setting it up to be, for the boys. And of course, Eddie goes out, he forgets Kenny, and he's a bit frustrated and all the rest of it, But I still think, I honestly believe that was like purposely set up that way to look, actually, from the viewer's point of view, to look that Tommy was faking it. I hope so anyway. That's
a good point. Really cool point. So, so going back to the entrance, Eddie Edwards, Rich, what that whole moment, Scott D'Amore's like, no, you got to go. Your music's playing. You got to run. He's my friend too, but he's not cleared. You got to run. It just seemed like, I also thought, now that you mentioned it, Dr. Ross was very clear to say he's not cleared to wrestle. He was very quick to be like, he's just not cleared. I'm like, you assessed all that in like 2 seconds. But,
conspiracy. Like, well, he's a professional, so
yeah, it is. He is. But
he knows.
Especially if you're in on it, like wink, wink. Don't clear me.
Nudge. Yeah.
But so we get the surprise replacement is Trey Miguel. So Trey comes out and just fired up. Like Trey, it's basically good guys versus bad guys, top faces, top heels kind of match. Who started? It was Eddie and Diener to kick it off, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eddie and Diener going back and forth. Rhino comes in next. They go at it. Willie Mack is next. Joe Doering after that. Then Rich, and then Eric Young, and then Trey Miguel was your surprise. That's who came in to replace Dreamer. And then I think at one point Trey had a golf club too, which
These dudes beat the loving crap out of each other.
Yeah, hockey sticks, golf clubs, chairs, cookie sheets.
So everything but the kitchen sink.
Everything but they should have a kitchen sink out there, like at some point.
Just for shits and giggles. That'd be great.
Maybe that's a match, isn't it? The kitchen sink match.
They have had that.
Yeah.
I think everybody looked really, really good on this. It was a war. I like that they treated like this was hardcore war. They were very brutal, but I love what's crazy to think though. Eric Young wrestled this match with a torn ACL. Think about it for a second.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Wow.
That to me is bananas. Like, because he said he wrestled, he ripped it in the match against Storm, and he wrestled 2 more times after that, which we saw last week. In this, I'm like, shit. Like this match, you had a torn ACL. I don't think he missed a beat, to be honest. I think he looked great.
No, man, he looks phenomenal.
I think he did say in an interview that he wrestled another match and didn't even notice until the end of that match.
So that could have. Oh man, jeez.
Wild, man.
That's a tough guy.
Wrestlers are just built different, bro.
They are. It's mindset is completely different. No, very impressive match. It's a hardcore match. If you guys like hardcore wild brawls, it's very reminiscent of an old Memphis style wrestling brawl. It's just wrestling. There's whooping each other's ass. That's it.
Yeah, but I like the end because you had Deonna helping EY get the pin, and Deonna has slowly been getting into the doghouse, so he actually helped with the pin here. Yes, good detail, good pickup, Steve. You're right, because he's been letting Eric Young down a lot lately. So this was his little redemption moment. But yeah, he was the ending it was the pile driver on the trash can, wasn't it? On the lid, and it was on the trash can. Yeah. And that was it. So it was Young on Mack. On Mack, that's correct. Yeah, Young on Mack, and then Deonna kind of helped out with that too. And that was it, man. Bound by Design. Great match. It was fun. Just a fun. Yeah. I thought something else. Pay-per-view. It was just good matches. It was fun segments. Tons of story progression. Yeah. Like this, if you like the storylines and Impact, this was the show that everybody is leading to a story off of this. Yeah, I mean, I've said a few times that I think now since they've started the specials now on Impact, the new style since they've been filming them the way they've been filming them, it's been very much a case of they totally follow the storylines into these specials. So if you don't watch that special, the following week you're potentially going to go, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Right. You need to watch these specials because it really does help
the whole process of the storytelling. Whereas it didn't before. Like before the pandemic, they were just like these kind of like indie special. Yeah, they were. That's exactly, they were just a standalone. Now they're incorporating them totally into the entirety of Impact Wrestling.
You're right, because now they're part of the show. Before, I guess they were standalone. Like, here's a special with a bunch of matches. Here, now they actually in the chat, I'm trying to see who said it. I think TU said that they taped this on the first day of tapings, apparently. So maybe Eric wasn't injured here. I'm not confirmed. If that's confirmed, let us know. But I know he did tear it in the match with Storm, from what I understand. So whatever, either way,
they tend to be filmed out of order.
Yeah,
right?
They do. But the Storm match was taped. That's what I thought. He said he tore in the match with Storm, so I thought that had to be after that. Then I don't know. Whatever it is.
I heard in an interview he tore it in a match with Storm, then he done a multi-man match, and then he done another match with Eddie.
So this is it then. This is the multi-man that he's talking about. Sense. So this is it's torn here, but I didn't realize it's torn here, and then probably realize it's torn in the match with Eddie, which we'll probably see next week, I'm assuming. So but that's it, guys. That's the show. Valentine Design wins. It was a great pay-per-view all around. Don't forget you can bid on exclusive items from Hardcore Justice on Impact's eBay store, so ebay.com/Impact Wrestling. It's there's a bunch. I read them off earlier, and I'm sure they're going to list them on their Twitter and stuff. But they just sent it to us mid-show. I got the message from Impact Management to mention it on the show. So I'm putting the link up right there. So guys, go and bid on some stuff. Even the toaster. The toaster from this match is on sale and it's autographed. Get a toaster. The whole question is, does it work? That's what I was
just gonna ask. If it works, I would consider it.
Absolutely. If that thing works, I'm in.
To be fair, it did end up in between somebody's balls. At one point, so you don't like ball toast, Bison?
Ball toast.
Oh God, no! I must admit, I'm not into ball toast. No.
It sounds gross in retrospect.
What kind of toast would you like with that? What do you have? White wheat, sourdough. Do you have ball toast too?
You have ball toast.
Excuse me, what? Ball toast? Kind of like a southeast thing.
With some fermented cheese.
Oh God! Some of that smegma spread on there, please. Oh God, what am I saying?
All right.
This is what happens when we have a Saturday afternoon pay-per-view. Jeez. But guess which one Bill buys, right? Bill's got to buy the toaster, no question about it. Come on. But that's it, guys. That's the show. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We got you hopefully done in time for Reign of Mania, which I think is starting after all, so you guys all can watch that.
Started, so
it did. Okay, Let's get our plugs in here real quick. Let's start. Alisha, where can people follow you?
You can find me under the handle Alisha B. Cakey on Twitter and Instagram. Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. That's it. If it's anywhere else, it's an imposter. Bottom line.
Well, no, it might be me, but just don't bother me there.
You will not be accepted. You will not be accepted. All right. Steve, where can they connect with you?
You can find me over on Twitter at simplysteve311, where I just put everything Impact related. Are
you a big 311 fan? Is that why? The 311?
No, it's just the date of my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have to start singing.
The numbers I remember.
The color of your energy. All right, go ahead. All right, Bison, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on the Twitter sphere at Lord Bison 45. Just there, look. Just there.
Other way. There it is. Yep.
There it is.
Did you crack that 1,000 followers yet, Bison? Are you still leading the 1,000, or did you crack the 1,000 followers yet?
I think I'm 1,145.
Beautiful. Look at that. Bison.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Follow him anyway. If he needs more follows, give him a follow. If you're not following Bison, Steve.
Follow away. Follow away.
On Twitter,
yeah.
Only on Twitter.
Only
on Twitter. People, I mean, I don't really do a lot of the wrestling stuff on Facebook, apart from just sort of kind of like, sharing around the show. But other than that, I do my wrestling persona. This is a persona. This is not, Bison is a persona. just in case you don't realize, there's a lot of people out there that don't realize that it's just a nickname, it's just a persona. I'm actually quite a nice bloke. Yeah, I'm just going to let you know. I'm a family man. I'm married. I've got 2 children, very young.
You're a nice guy unless you're cutting promos on Jessica Havok, huh, Bison? You got the balls to do that, don't you? Sometimes
that's true. That's true.
The balls host comes back to haunt Bison on the show here.
Do you know what? I love doing stuff like that because it's fun. It is fun. Because, I do love doing stuff like that.
That maybe we'll release that one of these days for the exclusive. Maybe when we hit
on
a certain
Patreon.
Something on the Patreon, yeah. We'll have the Bison exclusive exchange with Jessica Havok. This is interesting. It's in the vault. But Bison, real quick, plug the UK show. Let everybody know what's going on with you guys.
Well, I mean, we've obviously with the show going from a Tuesday to a Thursday, it meant that we just don't have time to sort of kind of record it unless we go live. Then we're still going to go live every now and again, which we've really enjoyed doing. So thank you to Trent for producing that for us. He sort of kind of sits in the background there and produces that show when we go live. So thank you ever so much for doing that. But I think we're moving. Usually,
I'm like working my job. And I'm like, I got Bison, Steve, and Joe on this screen over here, and I'm like working, and I'm like, shit.
I know.
All I need is my boss to be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I know. We definitely appreciate you doing that for us.
I'm just waiting for like when I'm producing your show and like you're ready to end it, but I don't hear it because I'm talking to my boss or something, and then you're all just sitting there like, "Okay, guys, it's been a great show. See you later. See you later." Oh shit. Anyway, let's talk about something else.
Let's just keep going.
Bound to happen, bound for glory. Go ahead.
But I think we're gonna move to Wednesdays. Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
I think we talked about that, didn't we? So we're gonna move to Wednesdays. So our show now, if it's recorded or even if we go live, it will be on a Wednesday. Yeah. So so please, so we'll be hump week. We'll be the hump of the week. That makes sense.
The hump.
Do you know what that is? Yeah, Wednesday's hump day, right?
Hump day, yeah, that's true. It is hump day.
Yeah. So we're going to be at the hump of the week. It's going to be TNI-UK impacted, either recorded or live. Please come. When we go live, we do enjoy it. We really enjoy having everybody getting involved and coming and speaking to us. We really love it. But yeah, as I always say, sub everything, like everything, share everything. It just helps us as a channel overall, whether it be us as a UK team or the US team, it doesn't make any difference. We're all one big family. So just sub, like, share, let everybody know all about us.
Yeah, please definitely support their show. When they go live, we'll give you guys like a day advance to let you know when. We'll start the Wednesdays up. But, it'll be tape stuff. They're going to go live, make it specials to go live with, obviously Rebellion specials and pay-per-views, like live yesterday to preview this one. So we'll let you guys know with enough time. Just Twitter, We Talk Impact. We'll let you guys know. All right, guys, you can get me at Trensberry on Twitter, the show at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just type in Total Nonstop Impact. It comes right up. Audio, all audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. I actually tried on my Alexa yesterday. I was like, "Hey, Alexa, play Total Nonstop Impact," and she does play it, which is crazy.
Oh shit!
It is pretty trippy. So like, she's like playing Total Nonstop Impact on Access TV review for April 8th, 2020. I'm like, "Oh shit, this is real." So it's pretty cool. So get on there, prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Our new shirt by One of the Dead is on sale right now. Yeah, it is
go get it.
Yes, it is a really cool shirt.
Give one to your mother.
Give one to your mother. It's got a bird on it.
Well, Mother's Day is coming up soon, in a couple weeks, so early gift.
There you go.
It's got an owl on it. She'll think it's lovely.
It's got an owl. It's nice. It's soft. It's got birds. So get yourself a t-shirt, guys. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. Thank you for all the subs and bits cheered today. We appreciate that. YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Thank you guys for all the new subscriptions there. Please keep your comments going after the show posts too, like all the comments here live. But keep the discussion going where you can leave comments on the video itself. People come to those a lot and talk, so keep the conversation on those as well. And you can keep talking about these shows until next week. So new show schedule. Tuesday now is a throwback show. So every Tuesday is throwbacks. So we're going to be doing NWA TNA number 64 this week. So that's Throwback, and then Thursday is the main show. And then Wednesday will now be UK. And then all the specials, pay-per-views, we'll announce them as they happen. Post-shows will all happen. Previews. J-Bone Smash This Podcast. We'll be doing previews on some of this stuff along with Mark. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. I think that's everything. I forget anything? Discord. Join the Discord. Discord link is in the chat. And I think that's everything. Got everything on there. All right, guys. Thank you all very much. Have a great Saturday. Cool. It's Saturday. We can all go out now and have fun. I'm going to get some deep dish pizza right now. So
drinking.
Yes, Alisha should keep day drinking. It's still day. Should keep day drinking. You guys have to go to bed. UK guys have to go to sleep. So let them go to bed. All you people in the US, go party. It's still early. And we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. All right.
Take care.
See you later, everybody. Good night.
Bye.